Hi all, today we will learn about how we can code Appium automation in the Eclipse. Okay, here I have opened the Appium and the emulator. So I'm going to open the Eclipse. So this is my Eclipse. There is an existing project Appium test. We already discussed about this in the previous sessions. So in this we have a class called calculator. In this calculator we have seen the desired capabilities and all. So today what we are going to do is we are creating it and we just modify the classes and all to different properties, and also that we can easily classify and we can easily use another applications in this project. Okay, I'm currently going to create another package. So right click on the src and we can create new and package. Okay, so here I'm giving us a name as function. Okay, so we have created the package. Here I'm going to create another class. Okay, we can create a base class for the base functionality to store, like the initialization of driver and opening the application. So now again I'm going to create another class, that is the calculator. So all calculator related functionalities we can store in this class. Okay, so there is one more class I'm going to create, that is the repository class. So this is used for reading the files from the repo. Okay, so these things are finished. Now we will create one property file. Okay, file, and now Appium test we are going to create. So we are creating in the root folder Appium test. Okay, build dot properties. Properties. Okay, so created a build.property file in the root folder. So we need to create it in the root folder. We need to take care of that because we are just giving the name, we are not giving the path. So we need to give the build.property files in the root folder. So in the build.properties we can give the path of the file, like location, calculator. So we can make it as app location calculator. So here we can give the location of a file. So my file is currently in here, file name, save in this. So that part is completed. Okay, so when back come to the old calculator, we have written in the same class, we are separating into different classes. So in the base class we can write the initialization part of the driver. So now we are creating a method public open application. Okay, here we can give the details. So the desired capabilities, capability name and all, and the so I have written over here the corresponding imports are also came. So and we don't have to give the path now, we can make parameterize the path. Application, so we can give the application here. Saving it. Okay, we need to come take the driver component also. So in the class, I'm giving the driver component and making it as private. So republic. Okay, so everyone can access. So decide capabilities we have created and the URL part. So it's just throwing an error. So I'm surrounding this with a try catch block. Okay, saving this. So now we have the driver opening part that is completed here. Okay, so base class is ready. Now we can come back to the calculator. In the calculator, we need to create open application. So public void open application. So here we can give the app name as parameter. App location, and we are reading this application from the repo class. Okay, so here we can directly call the method which is written in the base class. This initialize an open application. So for that I'm just extending this class. So we plan to keep the base class as common for everyone so that they can reuse the functionalities which is written in the base class. So now we will be able to use the initialize an open application and the app location which is passed. We have given it over here also. So for our understanding, I'm giving a sys out here. Okay, so here depends upon the app location, the application will be changed. So we in the calculator class it is written as open application so that we can use this method by default. Okay, now I'm creating one more method, that is public void addition. Addition is the operation we are planning to do on the calculator. Okay, here we need to make the elements. So I'm planning to make some elements, like we can take some numbers and we can take some addition. So as a POM we can create the elements here. So the web element, so this is org open QA web element, that is fine, we can use that. So I'm giving a number 7 web element for 7, that is what we are going to create. So return driver dot find element by dot id. So we will pick up the id later. So I'm just writing. Okay, saving it. So similar, we can create some other functionalities also. Like we need to see what are the buttons which we require to automate. So I'm just opening the application. So I'm just planning to give 7 plus 7 equal to 14. That's what I'm going to do now. So we need 7 and we need a plus button. Okay, and we need a area. Okay, so plus button. Again, what we need is we need to verify the result. So the result area also. Okay, result area also I had taken. So assume we have three elements, 7 plus button and result area. In this addition, once it is opened, so we can open application, we can call it over here, and we can give the path. The path is just now I'm just hard coding. We will complete the repo class and we will finish this part. Okay, in the open calculator, what we are going to do is click on 7, 7 dot click. Okay, again what we need to plus button, so plus button dot click. Okay, again we need to click on 7 and 7 dot click. Okay, so we have opened the application. You clicked on 7 plus button and again 7. Now the result will be available in result area. So our automation plan is like 7 plus 7, so result will be coming in the result area. So we are just validating from here. You can, to validate, you can use test ng and all. That is similar like a Selenium only. So result area dot get text. So get text will give the result. So we can save it as in a string. String sum equal to this thing. So we can print out the sum. This is out. The result result is, we can attach the result, that is sum. Okay, now we can save. So we have given the sum and we have printed it over here. Okay, that's it. Our coding part is completed and we need to identify the elements. We will see how we can identify. So we already seen how we can create the object repo and all. So the same thing we need to write it again. So here are some examples. So object repository. So this is something similar, like we can create the similar thing. We don't have to extra anyone. Copy this and the repo class I am pasting this thing. Okay, here need to change the class name as repo. Yeah, and you can save this way. I need to change to 7. Okay, that's it. This part is ready. Okay, so our repo is ready. Now we can call this by using the repo. You can call the build.properties and the calculator. So here we didn't open the application and we didn't mention this thing. So we can mention, we need to create an object of repo. Repo that is repo equal to new. So function is build.properties, that is we need to see the spelling, that is build.properties. So we can mark this also in a try catch to avoid the errors. So surround with try catch block. Okay, so our part is completed. So we are calling the open application directly from here. So I think we can avoid this method, so we don't have to, we can directly call from there. Okay, here we need to give the details like repo dot get value, and the value is the, which is given the key value, so that is we can pass it over here. Okay, so now we have initialized the repo and we have initialized and opened the application. So that is one section. This is a section, and the another section is the addition operation. So that is we have written it over, and finally we have validated. Okay, so now we need to get the elements. So for that, this is there. I'm going to open the Appium. So here I'm starting the server and start the inspector. Okay, let this start. Back to the calculator class. For running the calculator, we need an main method. So I'm writing a main method over here. Since we are not using any test engine, we can run this as a thing, one extra bracket key. Okay, now it's okay. Or addition method we can call. Okay, so our Appium is ready. So in last class we already seen how we can set the capabilities. So click on edit, it will come in this section. Okay, so we can verify the path and all. It's already we have given, so we can start the session. So now what we are going to do is, after it is starting, we will take the IDs, the corresponding IDs. Okay, it started. So this is our current screen. So we need to get the elements. So 7 and all. So I'll show you how we can get the elements. Let it be. So here to the inspector we can get the element. So here the ID values. We can refresh the screen. So okay, we need to refresh it. Okay, now we can get the elements. Okay, we can copy this. We can give the, now the 7 we got the ID. So if we are not getting any ID, we can use XPath or whatever. What is the required thing you can use? Okay, now plus button. So plus button is here. If it is not visible or you can't able to click, then we can expand this thing. So by expanding, we can see which portion is covering in a particular. So this we need to expand it again. So this is the upper part, this is the lower part. So we need to dig into the lower part again. This is the functions and this is the numbers. So we need to dig into that part. This is for the numbers and we are finding for the operators. The operators are located in this section. So we can see every operator and the corresponding IDs and all. So we need to come to the plus button. So this is the plus button. So this is an accessibility ID is there and again ID is there. So I'm copying the ID. So we can give the ID part over here. Okay, and we need to find the result area. So currently there is no result area. We need to create a result area by adding it. So we can give like 7 plus 7. So another result area came. We can refresh. So it is reflected here. Now we can find out. Click on this and the result preview is given. So that also ID available and I have copied the ID. We can give the ID over here. Okay, we're saving it. We are pretty done. So we can see what all the things we have did. So we don't need this calculator anymore. We will delete after this. Okay, we will start from the execution part. The execution point will come here. So it will come to the addition. So in this addition, we are initializing the repo. So in the repo, we are calling the build.properties. So build.properties we are written and the project path. Okay, inside build.properties, we have mentioned the path. Okay, so come back to calculator. Here initializing and opening the application by we have given the app location of the calculator app. So if we need anything else or we can another application, we can write a method and we can open it, or we can add another method like open calculator and we can give the method. Okay, so just need to change the location, that's it. And the next is calculator. We have given a command and we are clicking on 7 plus and 7 and we are validating the sum. So in this validation you can use the test ng assets and all that is depends upon you. This is just an sample we are given. So we have identified the elements. Elements we have separately written. This will be a best practice. You don't have to return in here and directly click. So the separate the repetition we can avoid by using the POM. Okay, so we can run this. For that I'm just closing this thing. Okay, to make sure I'm just restarting the Appium, stopping the server. Okay, starting the server again, and the Android I'm just make sure everything is closed. Okay, so we will run. Okay, run as Java application. Okay, our application is started and it is running. So in the result, you can see the result from the area is 14. Thank you.